Well folks, welcome to another episode of Whitebeard's Kitchen. So what I'm going to do today is, it's a bit cold out here in the Mourne Mountains in Northern Ireland. What I'm going to do is, it's a chicken Dhansak. It is a bit on the spicy side, so it is for one that I'm cooking for, namely my good self. So let's get cooking. Okay, so what I have in here is roughly about 2 to 3 tablespoons. I'm using just coconut oil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bay leaf in, small piece of cinnamon. I'm putting in 4 cardamom pods and a star anise. So I'm just going to let the flavour of those just infuse for a minute or so. And when that kind of heats through, then what I'll do is I'll add in the onion. Okay folks, so I can smell the cinnamon and the star anise. So now in with its finely chopped onion. It's about 200 grams, so that's probably about a medium onion. What I'm going to do is just stir this round. I don't want it going too brown, so I'll maybe turn this now. I have it on a high heat. Just give it a wee bit of a stir, and I'll turn it down to a medium. I'll leave this for about maybe 10 minutes or so, just to let the onions soften, and then I'll come back during the process while I'm away. I will stir the onions just to make sure they don't stick. There we are, so leave that then for 10 minutes. Okay folks, so what now I'm going to do, my onions have caramelised a little bit. So, and if you want to, you could have done like an onion paste. You could have pureed your onion beforehand. I just decided, a bit lazy and it's a Sunday, I wouldn't do so. So I'm going to add in my spices, and what I have in going into this is 1 tablespoon of Hot Madras Curry Powder, a teaspoon of Garam Masala, half a teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder, 1 teaspoon of tandoori masala powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, quarter of a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of regular chili powder. I'll taste how this is. I mean, it is supposed to be a reasonably spicy dish, so what I might do is, I could well add in some more spices, but there we are. That's all the spices mixed together in that little bowl that I have and going in. So I've turned my heat down to a low. I don't want just to mix the spices through, I don't want them to burn, so just keep a wee eye, and I'll add some water to this. So if you want the spices to burn, what do you call it, my stove top is quite powerful. So just a small splash of water, probably I'm going to say maybe about 25-30 mils of water, so things don't stick to the bottom of the pan. I just want to mix the spices round, make sure the onion and that is through, mixed through. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to add in is 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. So I'm just going to eyeball this, so we'll call that 1, and squeeze the hell out of the tube, and 2. There we are. So again, just going to add another wee taste of water, because again, being lazy, what I have done, I could have actually put some water into the tomato puree before I put it into the pot. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. This is one of those days that I'm not. So turn this now to medium heat, or medium low I should say. Just mix that tomato puree through, just for a few minutes. Okay folks, so what I'm going to do now is add in my chicken. So there we are, and this is 1 large chicken breast, so I'm going to say about 180 grams of chicken. Say I'm making this for 1, so just make sure chicken is coated. I'm just going to add another small splash of water. Say, don't want things sticking. Oh, and what I should have done before I added the chicken in, and maybe the tomato puree, I forgot to add in my garlic and chili paste, but hey ho, it can go in now. So this is roughly about 3 tablespoons of garlic and ginger. Sorry, I said garlic and chili, I tell lies. Garlic and ginger, my fault. I can mix that through now, so apologies for that one. Should have went in before the chicken, and in before the tomato puree, but not to worry. We'll add another small splash of water and turn this to a medium high, just to give us a good mix and bring the rawness out of the garlic and ginger paste. And my little wifey is floating about the kitchen. She's doing a red velvet cake. We have a birthday here today. My little wife's grown up son, Jesse, is 31. So he's going into his 44th decade. There we are. What I have now going in, half a red pepper and half a yellow pepper, or bell peppers they're known in the United States. So roughly it's the equivalent of a small pepper. So I'm going to say probably about 150 grams. Give that a good mix. Okay, so I'm going to add in roughly, I'm just eyeballing this, roughly about 150 mils of water. If I add more during the cooking process, I will. So it is chicken breast I'm using, so it will cook a little bit quicker than my usual favourite of chicken thighs. Another bit of flavour, and which goes into a Dhansak, I'm going to add in, there's roughly a slice of lemon, and you'll be hearing me scream like a cut on the top of my finger. So I'm going to squeeze in then roughly about, again eyeballing this, oh this is painful, whatever, squeeze in roughly about a tablespoon and a half of lemon juice. So I'll let that cook roughly at a medium high for 10 minutes. Again, I'll be back to stir from time to time. So see you in 10 minutes. Okay folks, so one is back. Now to add in, I'm just going to turn this now to medium. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put in just through the palm of my hand some kasuri methi or fenugreek leaf, roughly about half a teaspoon. I'm going to add 2 small whole red chilies. I haven't split them, I'm just going to add them in. And now for the main, well, probably one of the main ingredients outside of the chicken. I have here is 50 grams of red lentil. I've washed those, didn't need to cook them, so they can go straight in. As you can see, they're quite small. So I'm going to get those in, and I might need to add a little taste more water, it just depends. And the other thing is, it depends on how thick you like your Dhansak. Give those a good mix round. Probably will add in just a small splash of water, maybe about 50 mils or so. There we are. Again, just going to eyeball this, so giving them a good stir, and I will come back relatively regularly to make sure that they do not stick. So I'm going to put this to kind of a medium-low for the last 10 to 15 minutes. And just one more little thing that I'm going to add in as well is some xylitol. So that's a natural based sugar, if one wants to call it, trying to be a little bit healthy rather than adding in the normal regular sugar. I'm going to add in roughly on this about a teaspoon. Okay, so there we are. And give that just a mix round. And again, this is optional what I am going to do for my sins. So as it's only for one, I'm going to add in here half a tablespoon of good old Mr. Naga pickle. So this is made from the Naga chili. If one's heard of those, I'm sure you have if you're into your Indian food. Just to say that it is probably one of the hottest chilies in the world. You know, it comes in at 1.2 to 1.3 million on the Scoville scale, a Naga chili. So give that a mix round. Okay. So I'm going to put the lid on, turn this to medium-low, and I'll be back from time to time to give it a stir, but hopefully by that stage, that will be the curry finished. Well, here we are folks, straight off the stove top. This is my version of a chicken Dhansak. I've had a small taste of it. It is spicy, but it's very aromatic as well. Absolutely delicious. Please do try this. It's well worth it. You can add in, I mean, you don't need to add the Naga pickle in that I added in. You can up maybe with chili powder, reduce the chili powder, make it to suit yourself. Apologies that, things look a little bit blurry, but that's the sting coming out. Do try it. Well folks, I've shown you the chicken Dhansak in the pot. Unfortunately, I normally would take a wee taste and show it to you on the plate, but somebody has actually swiped my plate to take it to the dinner table. So apologies for that. As I say, please do try it. Hope you enjoy it. So rock on, take care, see you soon, and make sure you look after everyone else in your family as well. Bye for now.